and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Bakers. What's going on? Happy Monday, everyone. Sorry, the live chat, which is popping. Little delay. If you can tell by my outfit, for those who are audio only, Weekly Dumb will be returning today. And for those that can't see my outfit, I am holding on to the Bino belt. It's my last guaranteed 24 hours with the Bino belt. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 7 p.m., I'm putting my Bino belt on the line. We'll be live streaming. Go check that out. So for now, Poppy's going to enjoy it. What is going on in the chat? Fayao, Tom, Jeremy, I am stoned. Welcome. Good Monday to you. D Skrills. Excited to talk some sports with you guys. We normally open with baseball. Hate to say it, but baseball cold in the streets. We had some Hall of Fame,
by design.
Some old man Hall of Fame announcements.
Yeah, it was like vet committees.
Jim Cott, Tony Oliva.
Gil Hodges finally gets in. Dick Allen falls one vote
Everyone's
short.
mad that Dick Allen's not in. What is that committee? The Old Man Baseball Committee?
So there's a few different ones.
We're old.
There's been a few for like different eras. So I forget which ones.
Get a couple of these
happened.
guys in before, baseball's cold in the streets. I was wondering, as we go into this lockout, what are there going to be updates? What are we going to find out? Nothing so far. No cool negotiating stuff. No actual updates there. The Hall of Fame stuff, I'd, make my jokes about old guys, because it is. But good. It's also, baseball's weird gatekeeping where Jim Cott for years, was a fringe Hall of Famer, and now they're finally going to let him in, which is, also super weird. I wish would have been nice if Jim Cott could have enjoyed being a Hall of Famer for the past 20 years.
I suppose there's different ways to think about it. I'm sure some guys would prefer to get in the old-fashioned way, but also some guys, there's an appreciation for being voted in by your peers.
Yeah, and I there's a way to do it, and there's, the Hall of Fame's going to be doing some housekeeping in the coming years as we appreciate war and stuff more. I think Kenny Lofton is going to be in one day, but it's just kind of one of those weird things that's, I don't know, it's kind of weird and sad. I think if you asked everyone around baseball, Hall of Famers, writers, will Kenny Lofton be in the Hall of Fame one day? I bet it would come back 85% yes. But is that going to be 10 years from now, or is that going to be 30 years from now? And we're telling our kids, grandkids, maybe John Baby, about how good Kenny Lofton was. So,
The one, he's on the ballot right now the old-fashioned way, but stealing a line from Foolish. Andrew Jones has been kind of a guy barely being considered, and hit Foolish's line. I was he's in the conversation for best defensive center fielder ever, and has over 400 home runs.
Yeah.
That's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and it's, it's baseball's gatekeeping tied in with almost ranking guys. So, yeah, we'll see. We're talking baseball in a little bit. We will be a labor pod again. Good to be back in the New York groove. And last Talking Baseball, we missed some of the signings. We missed Stroman. I think we talked about it here. We missed some of the trades and stuff. So, Talking Baseball, we'll have a full episode of baseball there. Here, streets are kind of quiet. And that's, I guess, what you'd expect with a lockout. Brian Cashman rappelling down a building dressed as the elf. Buddy the Elf fighting the Grinch on the side of a building in Stamford, Connecticut. So,
well, we did just get one of these. Mets have formerly asked permission to speak to Rays bench coach Matt Quatraro about the manager.
This is
opening.
huge.
So those things can still happen.
Matt Quatraro is in the running to be the next Mets manager, so that's huge. So is Granderson, right? There's some real rumors.
I saw
there,
a rumor there, and then I think
rumors?
I saw another tweet saying like, no,
because doesn't he
Classic
do a ton
lie.
of stuff?
He's been like doing some of the Fox
stuff.
I think he's on like the Players Alliance board. I think, and I've seen him on Fox during the playoffs at least.
So we'll see. We'll Ashton, hey everyone, long time no see. Hey, welcome back. Baseball cold in the streets, which basically means it's Bino and football season. I already told you guys Bino tomorrow night. We're live. Joe's McFly, BBD entering the arena for the Bino belt.
Taking a crack at it.
Wow. Tomorrow night's going to be a lot of fun. Tune in for that. But that basically leads us to the foosball. Big foosball weekend. Caught the late games, was doing the phone, walking around New York City. Updates. Big fantasy weekend for a lot of people. This week decided a lot. Are you in the playoff hunt? Are you out of the playoff hunt for a lot of people? So I wish you all well. Michelle, 7 p.m. tomorrow for Bino. Bino Live. Bruce Lambert, don't talk about the Broncos. Oh, I thought you were calling me out, Bruce, on my Broncos fandom. Because, they were the Sunday night game last night. And, 22-3 late. Anyways, Cowboys rolled up on the Saints on Thursday. That was the Thursday night game. Taysom Hill show was back on. Good fantasy line again. Talk about that. But Dallas does enough. That's funny. They scored at least 6 points every quarter. Really balanced. Good for them. No Mike McCarthy, so a lot of people were making jokes at his expense. Oh, Cowboys without Mike McCarthy, bet the Cowboys. And that would have worked out for you if you like a good joke. Dan Quinn filled in. Saints, man, Colin Cowherd does his where Colin was wrong. It kind of came out of left field, but I gave a speech about the Saints being kind of the upper middle class in the NFC. And since then, they have now lost 5 in a row. They're 5-7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in a row after beating the Bucks. Wow. That's the NFL, man. They have the same record as Carolina and Atlanta. How about that? The NFC South? Whoops. South. East, South. That was Thursday. That brings us into Sunday. By the way, some fun college football. I know we always get tricky with the college football around here. Good for Michigan. The Bama-Georgia game was fun. Watch that at a couple brew pubs. Roll Dam. And the college football playoffs is set. Maybe we'll bring in someone to talk about that. Maybe we'll bring in a football spurt to talk about that later on this week. We'll plan that out. Which brings us to Saturday. The Saturday slate. Tampa Bay Buccaneers rolled on the Falcons. Brady, 4 touchdown passes. Godwin, 15 for $143. Bucks are 9-3. Tom Brady. The Falcons are sad. That was everything you expected. A storyline in the NFC that we kind of keep ignoring, the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray comes back. Hopkins comes back. They were doing some funny business in the injury report, saying that Kyler wasn't going to come back, even though at the beginning of the week he said, "I'm coming back." So the Cardinals tried to get their Belichick on a little bit.
I think very last second, Hopkins wasn't in the warm-ups, but
I think it was
they said he's back, and I got the alert. Despite team announcing he'll be back, he wasn't part of the pregame warmups.
That's big in fantasy worlds. Kyler came back and he put up a Kyler game, 11 for 15 passing, 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 touchdowns on the ground.
There's 60 yards there, too.
Yeah, so they rolled over the Bears 33-22 in Chicago. Hopkins, 2 catches and a touchdown. I mean, when there's only 11 catches, the numbers only look so good there. But, I mean, they roll, man. They're 10-2 in a really tough division, and Kyler's back and looked healthy. Runs for 2, so that's the good sign there. Chargers-Bengals. This is one we got the people excited for a little bit because we're like Herbert and Burrow. These guys are going to link up for a while. This was ugly early. The Chargers went up big. Bengals fought back a little before the half, but the Chargers ran away with it. 41-22 final in Cincy. I think our Kelsey Winger was at this game.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow, LSU. Why'd she go to this game?
And other than the Burrow stuff, don't know what she was doing in Cincy.
Maybe we'll give her a call.
If they happen to be there already and getting...
Why was she at that game? I might call her. We'll see. Chargers roll. Both those teams are 7-5. That kind of feels right. Good teams. We'll see. Who do they got coming up? Let's do a little Bengals click. This is Bengals have the Niners coming up at home. Interested. Niners, Broncos, Ravens, Chiefs at Browns. So let's see. If you're the Bengals, you got 5 games. If you win
3, you're 10-7.
So you got to win 3 of those?
None of those are like or anywhere near a lock. It's not an easy slate, but it's doable.
Yeah, and you wonder, if they
when the Bengals are right.
If they go 9-8, is that going to be enough? Because you feel like 2 wins there probably. Chiefs are going to be tough.
2 wins, you can be pretty confident they'll get somewhere. Browns maybe or don't matter last week of the year. Don't know what their situation is at all.
Yeah, they're 500 right now. So Bengals, that's going to be an interesting storyline kind of the rest of the way. Joe Burrow and them, they've been exciting. Can they go dancing? BBD's Chargers are 7-5. They have the Giants, Chiefs, Texans, Broncos, Raiders. So, I mean, they've got the Giants and the Texans on their schedule.
Those are games the Chargers lose.
It's true. I mean, if the Chargers do drop one of those, they're in trouble. And then if they can win one out of Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, the Chargers, they have a pretty good path to 10 wins. The path to 10 wins. Maybe that'll be a new NFL game we play. As we look for games. Tigers. Why was Kelsey at Cincinnati?
Don't know.
Might give her a call. I feel like they're recording for
I was saying, like rooting for Joe Burrow and all that connection. Why in Cincy?
Because she was there with like friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So did it just?
Hey guys, it's Chelsea. I'm not on the phone right now.
Wow. Straight to voicemail.
Quick.
Straight to voicemail. Which probably means she's recording because she's kind of a professional. I hate that for her. Mad at her. Fighting. We'll hush that out. Chargers roll over the Bengals in Cincy. The winger curse over the Bengals. Speaking of curse, the Detroit Lions. This was one, again, I was tracking most of the early games from my phone. We were hopping around. We did some fun city stuff. Big fantasy week, so I was kind of tuned in, checking a TV here and there where I could. So I didn't hear about this. It just didn't come across my feed until I got home. I was watching Red Zone, and they were going over some of the headlines. And the Detroit Lions win 29-27 on the last play of the game. Pretty awesome. Dan Campbell, the head coach. We've talked a lot of Lions on here. They had 3 or 4 games that they could have easily won, and then it hit that tipping point where they tied 0-10-1. Lions. Dan Campbell, kind of the meathead coach that often doesn't have a ton of success in the NFL. There's not really a way to put it. And the Lions, and by the way, they were up 20-6, so they were up, and then Vikings come back like they kind of do in every game they're in. Detroit Lions do it on the last play of the game. Awesome. Awesome for them to get that win. I think you'll hear about that a little bit pro of the night later, but good for Detroit. Like, that city's done nothing to deserve the Lions.
They're supportive people.
Green Bay has one of the best football franchises in league history. And they're a town up there. They're not even a city like Detroit. I don't know. Let's get a Detroit sports resurgent. Give me some Pistons. Give me some Lions. Tigers.
The Tigers are
They're on the way back.
Going to be not bad this year.
Red Wings were kind of their thing for a while. No idea how our Wings are currently doing. They used to be nasty.
Someone let us know.
That's a bingo.
Kind of trying to remember, because I was watching Red Zone and saw the Lions game end. I guess they didn't did they not do an extra point after? Because it occurred to me on Thanksgiving we got one of those like blocked extra points. You run it back. Because that's 2 points. The game could have been tied in theory after that. Unlikely, but
yeah. Let me no. This is always a funny one that BBD. This is true sports fan stuff because true sports fans and gamblers care about this. Let's see. Touchdown pass from Goff. Time zeros on the clock, and it says end game. So maybe
I recall it being like instantly, like they all celebrated, and I didn't remember seeing one.
I wonder if they changed the rules on that, because there were definitely a couple games in past years where you're like, really, we're kicking an extra point.
And they like changed the rule. I think 2 years ago. Like defense runs it back, it's 2.
Right. So it's it's one of those things that if the Lions were in this position, they wouldn't even kick an extra point. They'd probably take a knee.
Yeah, you just knee on a 2 point.
Awesome.
So just got to do it.
Yeah. It's worth watching that final play and the celebration. And let's see, does it say anything? Yeah.
Chat saying they didn't do it, but they were definitely supposed to.
Oh, okay. Well,
and everyone just kind of messed up.
Who cares? I guess that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're Vegas and you need another point, blah, blah, blah. But let's be honest.
Doesn't matter.
Zeros on the clock. The team that is winning has the ball. Game over.
Let's all be cool.
Game over.
By nature of everyone, be cool about this.
Let's be smart about it.
Much cooler moment to
And
walk it
Vikings,
off, too.
I mean, so they played the Niners in that game where one of those teams was going to go 6-5. They were all over that game. Did that game go to overtime?
It's close.
Let me see. No, it's just that close game. Both teams were trying to lose it at the end. That's what was happening.
Final score doesn't look as close as it was.
31-26, and then it was just
it
was every Vikings game this year. They were just somewhat trying to find a way to blow it, but they also had a chance to win it. They're now 5-7. It's hot seat time there. Zimmer, Cousins.
They're trying to get inspirational.
Lost to the Lions. Can't play with them. Can't do it. Awesome for the Lions. Go look up all those highlights. Eagles, Jets. This was another fun one. Minshew mania. Gardner Minshew. Kind of everyone's favorite. He's got the mullet. He's wearing a Top Gun outfit. And I'll give Gardner Minshew credit. We see a lot of people. Let me start over. You see some people in the sports world that try to do shticks or acts like this, and it gets old pretty quickly. Gardner Minshew, it's natural and it's real, and he's having fun. And he comes out and he gets another NFL win. The Eagles beat the Jets 33-18 pretty handily. Minshew with a good game, 20 for 25, 242, 2 touchdowns. Dallas Goddard. I always want to say that wrong.
I think it's just straight up Goddard.
It's not like Godert. Like no one's ever said that. It's Goddard.
It looks like some syllable should be a little funky, but it kind of isn't.
Dallas Goddard. Yeah, it looks like it should be pronounced kind of cooler than that. Eagles, man, they're 6-7. And this was, I gave Hurt some love. I guess I should give the Eagles some love. And I remember that was the one when Bobby Skinner came on to do our NFL preview. He was pretty confident that the Eagles were going to be one of the worst teams in football. I didn't fully believe that. I asked Bobby why, and he gave some good reasoning, as the Giants go to 4-8, by the way. Eagles are almost 500. And you can NFC East that, or you can do whatever you want, but they're 6-7.
They kind of beat all the teams worse than them and lose the teams better than them, but they're beating the teams worse than them, and that's kind of the formula.
5-3 on the road, so that means they've got more home games coming up. I'll do some Eagles sketch. I don't care. So they have 2 against the Washington football team. So that's going to decide those teams' futures. The Giants. And then they finish up with the Cowboys. So, man, if the Eagles, take care of their business, I think they can stumble into a playoff. One of the Washington football team or the Philadelphia Eagles is going to end up in the playoffs. I know their hope for the playoffs is nothing, but in the NFL, getting to the playoffs means something.
Yeah. And you can get on a run. It's harder than baseball, where literally just if you're hot. Football, ultimately, usually the team is just better wins.
Stuff sorts itself out, and whether it's Hurts or Minshew, it's tough to picture them going on that kind of wild card run.
But if you're a fan of the team, you dream.
You made the playoffs, and you get
it looks like so they have their bye, and then Washington.
That's right, the late bye weeks this year. So, hey, they've got to gear up for 4 games against 3 teams, and they've seen the other 2 teams before, so they get a rest in prep week. I don't know. I'd buy some Eagles. Could you give me some DraftKings odds, Eagles to make the playoffs? If that's easily findable.
It's either I'm going to know pretty quick if it's findable.
Because it's either win division and that, or it's just win division, which I don't want Eagles to win the division. Jets 3-9. What do we expect? Speaking of the New York Football Giants, they lose to the Dolphins 20-9. Your Miami Dolphins, people. Miami Dolphins have won 5 straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Texans, Ravens, Jets, Panthers, Giants.
Eagles to make playoffs. Yes. To make playoffs is plus 125.
So not great money, but
if you believe in it, you sprinkle a little cheddar, get a little cheddar back.
I mean, this Dolphin stuff is fun. They beat the Patriots week 1, which now think about what we think about the Patriots. The Dolphins lost 7 in a row. They were 1-7. And now they're 6-7. And they play the Jets next week. Go Dolphins, go. Jets, Saints, Titans, Patriots. Tua is looking solid. The defense is good. The Giants suck.
And while we're on to make playoffs bets,
Sure.
I mean, if you believe in the Chargers just kind of not having good juju as a franchise, no would be a plus 225. Nice little return.
So they think they're in. And that's, NFL does have the extra playoff team now, so I think you'd really have to.
Yeah, you do have to fall apart a little bit, but that's not crazy.
Right.
It's on the table.
Very much
on the table.
In the realm. What else we got from the early slate? I think that is Colts 31-0 over the Texans. Yeah. Yes, that adds up. Colts 7-6. People like them a lot. They're playing a good brand of football. Couple teams here. This came down to the wire. Came down to a kicker. Brian Johnson. Wasn't in my book, going to be honest with you. Washington football team. They beat the Raiders in Vegas. We said that this had a chance to be the close game. Probably not a pretty game. Washington has won back-to-back games 17-15. They've won 4 in a row. Washington football things. Heineke, he's fun. He throws some dangerous balls. Either team could have lost this game so easily, and that's kind of NFL football. Rams roll over the Jaguars, and that's obvious. Steelers-Ravens, this was the game we hoped would be the fun game, and it was. Looked like a weird high school football game. Like Lamar was doing the backyard stuff that he's so good at. The Steelers, because Big Ben is such a shell of himself, the Ravens weren't scared of him throwing at all, which actually made him pretty good. Man, and Tomlin's the key. I said this to you guys, I think the other week. I think Mike Tomlin is probably the best Monday through Saturday coach in the NFL. Which means something. Like, he can coach him up. Think of all the stuff we think about Antonio Brown right now. Mike Tomlin kept that in-house and, under control. Antonio Brown, do you remember Hard Knocks with the Raiders? Do you know what's going on right now? The Patriots? The fact that Tomlin could handle that and keep that in-house is a miracle. It's miracle work. Steelers, they go to 6-5-1. Again, I told you guys, everyone is they're so dead. Big Ben, I think he's retiring after the year. It's official now. They beat the Ravens, who were the 1 seed. Still are the 1 seed in the AFC, I believe. We're 8-4. Seahawks, Niners. This was an ugly game, and Niners, just when you think they're figuring it out, they kind of poop the bed. They get shut out in the second half. They lose 30-23. Again, the Seahawks tried to blow this game at the end. They could have iced it. They fumble on their own goal line. Niners come all the way back down. They can't score the tutty. George Kittle with a monster day. Looks like he's fully back. That's cool. Niners, yeah, just they're 500. They've got a little Vikings in them. Every time you want to be excited about the Niners, it seems like they let you down. Which kind of brings me to my Broncos. They lose to the Chiefs 22-9. Was doing my best to stay awake from this game. Old man stuff right there. And yeah, it's just, what do you expect, really? In Arrowhead, I actually had more hope than I thought I would, but the Chiefs, they've now won 5 in a row. Raiders, Chargers, Steelers, Bengals, Broncos. I say it every week. And the funny thing about it is the Chiefs' offense still doesn't look great. They still don't look like the Chiefs. Their defense has been balling. I think over the last 4 weeks, they're giving up less than 10 points per game. Which, reminder, Pat Mahomes, still their quarterback. So if that offense does start to click, yeah, the Chiefs are going to be there in the end. Maybe I'm very wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'll bring up a playoff picture real quick. No, I don't want to subscribe to the NFL's website. Oh, my God. What are all these buttons? I want you to loosen up my buttons, babe. I have to pee pretty badly. We're going to fight through this together. Chat, Nate Steele, the Chiefs. That Chiefs defense. People are talking. People are talking about that. Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin deserves more love, man. He's getting it. This playoff picture website is just doing the worst things ever. Just not wanting to load. And that's fine. That's fine. Can't play with them, can't do it. AFC, Patriots, Ravens, Titans, and Chiefs are all 8-4. Man, what do you believe in? Do you believe in Belichick? Do you believe in Lamar?
Playoff picture, for what it's worth, did load for me.
Wow. Must be nice, huh?
Pats are the 1 seed right now.
They are.
Yep. Pats, Titans, Ravens, Chiefs 4, Bills, Chargers, Bengals would be the 7 in the AFC. 1 through 7 in the NFC. Cardinals, Packers, Bucks, Cowboys, Rams, Washington, Niners.
Yeah, I mean, we still...
comically large on the bubble section.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
It's not actually got teams on the bubble. It's just the teams that aren't eliminated yet.
Right.
It's the only team outside of that. Like, Lions technically aren't eliminated yet. Like, mathematically.
Right. They need a lot to go right. Bucks, Packers, Cardinals. That's the football. I mean, let's be honest. There's a fun one tonight. This is Bills Pats tonight, right?
Big game.
So excited for that. That'll be a good watch before Bino tomorrow.
I think if Pats win tonight, they are like sole possession of number 1 seed.
They'd be the best 9-4.
If they lose, I suppose that does drop them to the 4 divisions. 4. They'd be 8-5 if they lost. The other team's all 8-4. Math.
So big one tonight. NFL continues to sort it out, and we'll see what teams we actually believe in come a couple weeks when it's playoff times. Cardinals, I think they're the stories of the Bucks waking up. Kansas City's won 5 in a row, and they still don't look like Kansas City. I think that should scare the rest of the AFC, like they always do. I know I hit it quick earlier. Quick college football, because it was hot in the streets. Everyone changing jobs. Will Venables, who's been the defensive coordinator at Clemson during their run, he's turned down a lot of head coaching jobs because he was just like really comfortable. I think he's been the highest paid coordinator in college football for a while. You'd recognize him. I think he always wears neon on the sideline so the defensive players can see him better. Classic. That's coaching. He takes the OU job. Good for him. I mean, OU, when you actually rank college football jobs right now, I mean, OU could probably land top 5 pretty easily. So good for him. He's, been waiting it out. He's going to go for it. I think you never really know with college sports, but it seems like he's going to walk into they're just a factory right now. Texas isn't scary. Like Oklahoma State gave them a run this year, but didn't happen. Oklahoma State, my Pokes, a yard short. Did you see that?
Oh, that play at the pylon.
My buddies,
just short.
My fantasy football golf buddies, a lot of OK State in there. Yard short. Brutal, man. Guys reaching for the pylon, and it's just
doesn't get there.
Just doesn't get there. That's brutal, man. I felt, and this is a conversation, Flex, I had with Cole Tucker. College sports they're just getting a little tough for me. Because, I just end up feeling really bad for that kid. Like, that kid now the rest of his life is the kid that was a yard short of the pylon. And I know it's sports and, you can have a chance at a redemption story, and I hope he does. But the other side is, he might not. That could just be it.
I have no idea if he's a guy that has NFL chances or something, but there's going to be there several more
coming
years.
Back. It's just...
No, I have no idea.
It's just it's just kind of how I currently watch college sports. Maybe I'll get a little older and more separated from it, and there'll be less attachment to that, but... And your college football playoffs is set. So the coaching carousel is going. Cristobal from Oregon, he's going to the U. Mentioned Venables going to Clemson.
Going to OU.
Yes, from Clemson OU, excuse me. And the college football playoff is set. Bama, Michigan, Georgia, Cincy. Bama beat Georgia, beat them pretty handily. It's what everyone was saying about Georgia, that they hadn't been behind all year, and they were, and their offense kind of couldn't come back. So Bama, a down year for Bama, they end up being the 1 seed in the college football playoff. And by the way, they're going to get Cincy in the first game. So, rooting for Ian Happ Cincy. I think that could get ugly. A lot of football games are won O-line and D-line. And I don't think a lot of Cincy's recruits on the line got looks from Bama. So that's what the college football playoff says they don't think about rematches and stuff. I hope they were just going to run it back with Bama and Georgia, like as the 2-3. I thought that would have been fun. And then Michigan-Cincy, like, I know they're not supposed to think about this, but, like, I think Cincy on their best day could do it. Like, they could give Michigan a good game, if not beat them. I think putting Cincy against Bama, that's a little brutal. Prove me wrong, Cincy. Michigan-Georgia should be a fun one. But we never know. I mean, Georgia, up until the second Bama beat them, was the most dominant team in college football this year. Their defense is gross. I don't know. Give us some. There hasn't been a ton of college football, like all-time college football playoff games. Like none kind of jump out. And I feel like I heard someone talk about the maths on it. A lot of them are blowouts. So we'll see. I guess there was the Tua game a few years ago.
I think that's the one.
That's kind of the one.
I believe I watched that one.
Yeah, I mean that was crazy. Fao in the chat, the 2-10 Texans are mathematically eliminated, but the 1-10-1 Lions aren't. How about that? Yeah, I mean it feels like we're going to be lining up for a Bama-Georgia championship, but we'll see. We will see. But college football was hot in the streets, and it was kind of fun. The carousel, I mean, 4 major programs, and it's still going on. I guess Oklahoma, USC, Notre Dame, LSU, and now the ripple effects of that are Miami, Oregon. Like these are big boy programs. So that's kind of fun. BBD, let's start tightening it up. We do have Talking Baseball. We got a little setback. Weekly Dumb as I wear that outfit. I've been teeing it up. Well, we'll do Comment of the Day because that's what we do here, right? Wake and Jake Bakers, we're up to 475. We're sneaking up on the 5K subs. Appreciate you guys always. Last episode we had, because it was Thursday, so we had the Stroman signing and the lockout beginning. There was a Mad Dog impression last episode. Tom Ace commented on that, said it was fire, and recommended an old Mike and Dog arguing over old new Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I mean, I can just tell you that would, if I share that with The Office, it gets played all day. JoJo, oh no, he said Sco Ducks. They got rolled on by Utah, and then they lost their head coach. So that's tough. Jeff Passan with a vote for Bro of the Year. He was at the Chiefs game the other night. Happy for him. Oh yeah, and then I had the Portland Timbers, the Portland Timbers and the Seattle FC. The biggest rivalry in MLS. I crisscrossed them. I apologize, but I deserve to be called out on that. And then Mark Ross, I was the 69th like. Just saying. Congrats. So thank you guys for commenting, viewing, and sharing. We love you guys. On a football Monday, we'll see if we get any baseball news. I don't think we are. I'm going to go to my bro of the night, and I have one, and I've alluded to it. My bro of the night goes to Dan Campbell for the Lions and getting the win. I want everyone to think about it. A, go watch the play. They literally win on the final play. The final play against the Minnesota Vikings team that if they won that, the Vikings would be 6-6, and we'd just be saying, like, another Vikings game, another close Lions loss, blah, blah, blah. I want you guys to really think about it. I think we all have our dark moments when we either think about ourselves or our lives or whatever, fears. Dan Campbell and the Lions are 0-10-1. Like, what do you really tell that locker room? You tell them to play with pride. You tell them to put your best foot forward. You tell them this is the NFL. Put yourself on display. You know, Some of you are probably playing for free agency or your next contract or maybe your next team. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff. Those are the two guys that if the Tigers went winless this year, it would have stunk to them. We would have remembered Dan Campbell and Jared Goff for being the head coach and the quarterback of the winless Lions. And you don't think they already started, I don't want to say come to grips with that, but you know it's a reality. 0-10-1. For them to get that win on the final play, Dan Campbell, there's a shot of him celebrating alone. Jared Goff runs up to him and gives him a big hug. Good for those guys. And, dude, that says something for Dan Campbell. These Lions probably should have another win or two this season. We ran through it during some of these episodes. I said Tigers before. Sorry about that. If they go winless, that would be super impressive. But, man, those guys have to be so stoked because that's something you don't get rid of. I mean, Dan Orlovsky, UConn quarterback, does ESPN stuff. I think a lot of you know him as the winless Lions quarterback that also ran out the back of the end zone. Like, people just remember that play. Goff, awesome for him. And Dan Campbell, man, the guys were motivated. They beat a Vikings team that a lot of people love, man. A lot of people love. So, good for Dan Campbell. He gets the win. Like, if this is his last year of coaching, who knows? He got to win. And that means something, man. That would have sucked if he didn't. So go Lions. Go Lions. Dan Campbell, my bro tonight. And the Tigers. Go Detroit. BBD?
I'm giving a bruh to Alex Kessman.
Mm.
He was the Jets kicker yesterday. He was a fill-in. Which, that's a tough job to do, but he misses his first 2 extra points.
Mm.
So could have put the Jets up even more early. They go up 12-7 in the first quarter of this game, 14-7. Looks a lot better. You set a better tone if you make those, and then the Eagles do end up kind of rolling. But
you never know.
But I like to, if you set a tone early.
Yeah. Points in the NFL
Jets
matter.
did Jets stuff.
It's a hot take.
And I like when the Eagles lose because I have a lot of Eagles fans friends that are annoying. And
Giants.
There's Giants rivalry stuff.
All the funny business.
Jets is whatever. But
so who got the bruh?
Bruh to Alex Kessman. Sorry, man.
Alex Kessman. That's tough. Tough for him. People, let's wrap it up. Ton of stuff on the JOMBOY Media Network. Talking Giants on a losing day. JJTV, we are playing. Talking Nets.
Playing Bino tomorrow.
Bino tomorrow. See you guys there, 7 p.m. Talking baseball coming up in a minute. Giants draft picks look good.
Right now, 4 through 7 is Jets, Giants.
Let's go. Thank you guys. Sorry for Kelsey Winger ducking me, apparently. We'll see you guys Thursday. We might do a topic ep. We'll see. You guys are the best. Thank you. We love you. Have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you at Talking Baseball in a minute. How about that? Champ is here.